Hello, welcome to this video. Ashley Reese here from Unleash Multimedia. I'm going to show you in this video a new feature that has come to Facebook ad campaigns, which is a really cool tool. I did one yesterday to see how it worked and got a feel for it, and I think it's really exciting. So how it works is it's called lead generation. So this feature allows you to create a form inside of Facebook. So you can have a form, and I'm going to go through this with you and show you where they fill out their name and email address if they're maybe interested in learning more about the topic. And Facebook then stores those leads for you to be able to download in an Excel file format to then put into your CRM system. So this is a really cool new tool, and I'm going to walk you through it now. So I'm in my Business Ad Manager here, and I'm in the Power Editor. And what we're going to do is go in and create a new campaign. Now, when we're creating a new Facebook ad, we need to remember a why. So what is the outcome we want from this ad, and what is the goal that we're aiming for? So one of the features that just came out over this last week is that Facebook have launched the new Instagram ad placement. So you can now run your ads through to Instagram by running a sponsored ad campaign, which is another really cool feature, and there's lots of new stuff happening with Facebook over the next coming months and things changing. So we need to come back and we need to think, okay, what's the goal? Well, our goal is to collect name and email addresses, but we need to also think about who are we targeting for this ad, and why are we targeting that audience. So I'm going to run through and show you how to set up a lead campaign generation ad, and we're going to think about what can I currently use to maybe filter people through for interest. And I've got my Facebook membership training area, and I might want to maybe run a free webinar on what is included in that Facebook training and filter people in through that way. So let's put in here, enter a campaign name. So we need to enter a campaign name, and this just might be, like test lead campaign. And we are going to go and select our lead gen. Okay. Then we need to choose an ad set. We can choose an existing one. So I have gone and set one up already just to have a play with it, as I said. And then we need to enter the ad set name. So our ad set name might have something to do with our audience that we might be targeting. And then we're going to also name our ad. Okay. Now I've already gone and done some research on this audience that I'm going to be targeting. So I've gone and done prior research. I'm looking at running a live webinar to this audience. Okay, so this is our campaign. We can add in here if we want to put a spending limit. So we might want to put a set limit in there. So you can go ahead and put $100 in there. And then we are going to go over here on the left-hand side to our ad sets. And then we are going to choose the business page that we want the ads to come from. And then we're going to look at a daily budget. So I'm going to put in there $15. We can then run our schedule. So we want it to start, say, if we put tonight, and we want it to run until, let's say, Saturday, and we'll make that 10 p.m. Now, one of the things is that you can do, if you want to run the ads all the time, then you can do that. But if you know specifically when your audience is looking on your Facebook or in Facebook, then you can change this daily budget to a lifetime budget. You can change this to $50 if you like. So that will be $50 spread out over the 4 or 5 days, depending how long you want your ad to run for. And then you can go down to more options and you can run ads on a schedule. So you can choose when those ads you want to be run. You can choose later in the day. Now that's just telling me because I'm only running my ad from today, which is a Tuesday, through to Saturday, and because I've selected Monday in there, then that doesn't count. And we've already gone past that day. It's afternoon now on Tuesday. So it will tell you that you cannot run your ads on that day. We're not running it on Sunday either. But you can select those times if you are aware of when your audiences are on Facebook. But I'm going to change that back. Okay, so then we go down to our audience. We want to edit the audience. And if you really want to know more about your audience, then you can go into Facebook Audience Insights and you can do some research in there. Now, I'm just going to bring up on my laptop, as I've already done some research on this audience that I want to target. And I'm just going to put these exact interests and age demographic into this audience here. In the audience that I've gone and done some research on, I have gone and chosen a rural women, and I've really looked at this demographic and also the interests. And the age that I want to target, I'm going to do 18 to 44, and they're going to be women. Okay. Now, in Audience Insights, it gives me the towns where the majority of this audience is based on by the interests or the Facebook pages that they like as well. And so I'm going to type in these towns and just fill this out. So you can really look into your audience. And another great way to have a look, if you've got a list of people, or maybe you've got lots of emails, lots of phone numbers, people who you speak to on a regular basis or are in your database, then you can take those email addresses and you can upload them into Audience Insights. You can look at all the different, so you can look at the pages that they like, and you can really do some research on that audience that you've already got. If you're only just starting out and you don't have a list, then have a look at who you think are your ideal audience and or ideal clients, and pop them in here and you can have a look. The great thing about Facebook just recently, if I go and show you a page just very quickly, if we look up gorgeousness. So if we look at this Facebook page, if we scroll down here, it says people also like and liked by this page. So that's a really good starting point as well. You can go and see what other people have liked, and you can put them into Audience Insights and see if their page comes up. Not every page will come up, but that is just something that has recently being placed there, which can really help you with your audience. So you can go in and have a look and see what other pages people might be following. You can also go to the search bar and type in pages liked by people who like, for example, The Rural Woman. And then it'll bring up pages here, and it'll give you a whole lot of other pages for you to put into Audience Insights and target the people who like that page. So for instance, obviously people who like The Rural Woman also like The Land newspaper. They also like ABC Landline. So you can put those in, and what Facebook will do is they will target your ad specifically to those people who follow, for example, The Land newspaper. So that's really cool that you can do that. But you've really got to do your research on that. So that's what I've gone and done in here. Go back to the Power Editor. That's what I've gone and done in Audience Insights and done some research. So I know that the majority of these women who are on Facebook are between the ages of 18 and 44. They are women, and if we look at our demographic, there are 47% of them that are married, and there are also 67% of them who have attended college. So what we want to be able to do, we can go more demographics, and we can change our relationship status to married, and we can also change our education to education level to college. And what you will see is that when we go up here, 40,000 people are in our potential reach. So that's how many we are going to be targeting in our ad. Then we want to put in our language also. And then we have our interests. So this is where we want to be able to add in as many interests as possible. And so I'm just going to go ahead and enter those in, and then I will come back to you. So now that we have our interests all filled out, and as you can see that they're very targeted interests, and what you want to, if you've got sort of too many up here, so we've now gone down to 23,000 people, you can start to remove, like this one, Fabletics has 8 million people, so it might be too big of an audience. We can delete that out of there. That's brought it down to 22,000. So you can have a play around, take note of this audience. You might even like to save this audience if you would like to, and you can put in the age demographic as well in there. And we can also put in behaviours, but I'm going to leave that. But you can choose from, seasonal and events to digital activities, such as whether they have a Facebook admin page, if you want to target Facebook administrators and those sorts of things. So that's our targeting audience done. We're going to save that. And as we go down, you will see that there is a section for placement. It is only mobile device. And then what we need to do is go down to optimize for leads. So get the most leads at the best price. We are going to leave that onto that. And we are going to go to our ads. And this is where we need to, we have our text, our headline, and our newsfeed description. We also need to create an image fitting these specifications So we need it 1200 by 628. I always use Canva to create my ads. It's such an easy tool. It's completely free. So I'm going to go and grab an image and to drop into there. Okay, I've gone and created my image, and I'm just going to upload that into here. Remember that our image, it's good to have some text on there, a little about where what you're offering or where you're sending people to. Now that we've got our image there, we can put in our headline, and we can pretty much use the same text as we've had in our image. And then we can also put a description up here. So once our text and headline are completed, and also the newsfeed description, you can see what your ad will appear to look like on the mobile newsfeed over on the right here. And then as we scroll down, we can choose a call to action. So this will appear where this little sign up is on the right hand corner, and these are the different call to actions you can have: apply now, download, get a quote, learn more, sign up, or subscribe. So I'm going to have them sign up. Then when we go to the lead form, this is where we need to create either a new form or one that we've already created. If you're going to create form, okay, then when we go next, you can see what information would you like to ask for. So when we go user information, this is the options that we have available. First name or full name, last name, city, phone number. We can put those in there. So they can sign up straight away by entering in those numbers. And we can also add a question. So we might want to ask them a custom question. We can create our own question. We can ask them, like different ones that are already placed in here. What are you looking for? What is the problem? Select services. So what are you looking for? You might be putting in here Facebook business training. You can have Instagram training. You can put one-on-one coaching. They're the things that you can have in there. So what are you looking for? You might want to place in here type of business. Okay, so if we leave that answer without a yes or a no, or different categories in there, then for open-ended questions we just leave that blank. And then when you're happy with that, you can go next. And this is where we have to enter in our privacy policy and also our disclaimer. So you must have this on your website to run any Facebook ads. And then we can go next. We can also insert a website if we would like to, where we would like to send those people if they're interested, or we can just send them to your main website, to here. Go next. And then we can preview our form here. So Facebook business training, Instagram training, one-on-one coaching, what type of business do you have, email, full name and city with their phone number. Okay, and then it's got the terms and conditions there, and then we're all set to go. We can edit that if we need to, and we can go create form. Okay, and then we can also include our pixels, but we are just going to choose our custom audience pixel, this one, and our ad's good to go. It's ready to run. Then what we have to do is upload changes. Facebook will review this and they will send you a notification via email and also on your Facebook page when that's completed. I really like to have the Ad Managers app on my phone if you are an Apple user. I'm sure they have an Android one as well. And what it shows you is all your ads that are currently running, and you can go in and check them and see how the ad spend is going, where that money's up to, and those kinds of things. If something's not working properly, you can stop the ad in the app as well, and you can come back and review it in the Power Editor later on or the next day when you can have a better look at that. So it's a really great tool to use, and I use it all the time, especially when you're traveling. You want to keep an eye on those ads to make sure that everything's going well. Now if we go into here and go apply, okay, so you can see it's been scheduled out, and that's pretty much ready to go. So once that has happened, if you want to know where those details go, so if someone opts in with their name and email address, those details go into the publishing tools on your business page, and there is a section called Forms Library. So when you click on that, you can see that these are the ones that I created to have a play with to see how it works. And you can see Rural Women webinar here, and that's where the leads go into. Then you simply download it, and it downloads into our Excel format for you then to upload into your database or email campaigns. So that's the lead generation objective in Facebook ads. So go ahead and have a try. I'd love to hear how you go with that. And if you have any questions, you can contact me on my website at unleashmultimedia.com.au, or you can find me on Facebook at Unleash Multimedia, and my other details are on my website if you'd like to email or contact me via mobile. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.